Hello, and welcome to the Wichita State University Environmental Finance Center's step-by-step guide to using the online version of the Community Sustainability Tool. Before you begin, be sure to gather the following information: your average household monthly drinking water and wastewater bills, the annual growth in drinking water and wastewater bills, planned expenditures in drinking water and wastewater infrastructure, the number of years the infrastructure will be financed, and the annual interest rates of the loans. There is a default interest rate available in the tool, so if you are unsure of the loan's interest rate, you can use the default rate. Here's the website for the online version of the Community Sustainability Tool. Once you have gathered all of the information that you need to run the tool, select your state to begin. This is the input screen. Here is where you will enter the information specific to your community. On the left side of the screen, you can access the user guide and technical guide. First, select your community at the top of the screen. You can click the arrow to see a list of cities and use the scroll bar to find your city, or you can begin typing the name of your community. Once you have found the name of your community, click on the name to select it. In the first box, enter your community's average household drinking water bill. You may use decimals or whole numbers. Click the tab or use your cursor to click into the next box. Here you will enter the annual growth rate for drinking water. This is the percent that you increase water rates every year. If you are unsure about how much your water rates increase, check your community's ordinances or check with your utility department. If you do not increase rates annually, you may enter 0. Click Tab again or use your cursor to click into the next box. Here you will enter your community's average household wastewater bill. You may use decimals or whole numbers. Click Tab or use your cursor to click into the next box. Here you will enter the annual growth rate for wastewater bills. This is the percent that you increase wastewater rates every year. If you are unsure about how much your wastewater rates increase, check your community's ordinances or check with your utility department. If you do not increase rates annually, you may enter 0. Click Tab or use your cursor to click into the next box. Enter the amount that you are planning or considering investing in drinking water infrastructure. This should be only the amount that will be financed. Click Tab or use your cursor to click into the next box. Enter the number of years that the drinking water infrastructure loan will be financed. Click Tab or use your cursor to click into the next box. Enter the amount that you are planning or considering investing in wastewater infrastructure. This should be only the amount that will be financed. Click Tab or use your cursor to click into the next box. Enter the number of years that the wastewater infrastructure loan will be financed. Choose whether or not to use the default interest rate. If you choose to enter your interest rate, choose Yes, then enter the interest rate in the box that appears. If you wish to use the default interest rate, click No. Double check to make sure all of your information is input correctly. You do not have to complete all of the cells for the tool to function. However, incomplete information may affect the accuracy of the results. You may use this tool to only assess drinking water investments or wastewater investments if you choose. Once you have completed all of the inputs for your project, click Calculate. The tool will perform its calculations and take you to the drinking water output screen. Here you can view the analysis based on your inputs. Your community's name is listed at the top. Your community's sustainability risk is also at the top. If your sustainability risk is below 0.33, which you can view in this box, Your risk that the current water rates entered in the input screen will not be able to meet the financial obligation of the proposed loan is low. If your sustainability risk is between 0.33 and 0.65, your risk that the current water rates entered in the input screen will not be able to meet the financial obligation of the proposed loan is moderate. If your sustainability risk is above 0.66, your risk that the current water rates entered on the input screen will not be able to meet the financial obligation of the proposed loan is high. In the box under Median Household Income, you will see your community's current median household income, as well as the probability score that the average monthly drinking water bill will exceed 2.5% of median household income. In the average drinking water bill box, you will see the current drinking water bill that you entered on the input screen and the projected drinking water bill for the first year that the loan payments begin, as well as how much your average monthly drinking water bill will increase. Below, a visual representation of your results are shown in the form of a graph. The blue line is the estimated sustainability indicator. This shows how the average household drinking water bill compares with median household income. The red line is the forecasted monthly drinking water bill. This shows how the drinking water bill will change over time based on the investments and rate increases that you entered on the input screen. If the red line crosses the blue line and/or remains in the upper portion of the gray area, the sustainability risk is high. The gray area represents the range of estimates for each community. This area increases over time to reflect potential uncertainty associated with forecasted data. Below the graph are the forecasts based on the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey data and the information that you entered on the input screen. Median household income, average household monthly drinking water bill, the percent of median household income that the bill represents, and the forecasted population are represented for 30 years. To view the results for wastewater information, click the button labeled Wastewater on the left side of the screen. This will take you to the wastewater output screen. This screen shows the same information except it provides information about wastewater bills and wastewater infrastructure investments. To view the results for drinking water and wastewater combined, click the Combined Bill button on the left side of the screen. This screen also shows the same information except it provides information about combined drinking water and wastewater bills and infrastructure investments. To save information from this scenario, click the Download report at the top of the screen. You will be able to save a PDF version of this report. You can compare different infrastructure investment scenarios by saving copies of the reports as you generate them. You can create a link to use to share this generated report by clicking on Share Report at the top of the screen. There you can copy the link to share with colleagues. If you wish to run a new model or to change the inputs, click the Inputs button on the left side of the screen and will take you back to the input screen where you can change your inputs. If you have any questions about how to use this tool, please contact us at the Wichita State University Environmental Finance Center.